As of the time of recording, it is Sunday night still, but I realized upon checking my schedule I had to be up bright and early and be at work a little earlier than usual. I did not want you to miss out on another video because I decided to sleep a little in, meaning I hit the snooze button and missed my alarm. So I decided to go ahead and shoot the video tonight, edit it all together, and then bring it to you. So, to start, I would like to thank everyone who attended the Christmas live stream, who took part, who supported it. Because of you, guess what? It's going to happen again next year. That's right, I'm going to be doing it all again. I will be doing it for you. So I hope to see you there next year. If you missed it this year, no problem. There will be other live streams. In fact, Moots and I are in the conceptual stages of the next live stream, where we will be not only doing simultaneous card pulls, we will also be doing them from the same decks. So, also I would like to thank Moots' husband Jay, who decided to get me a little gift this year and got me the Angels and Ancestors deck. I don't have it just yet, but through a happy little accident, he's gotten me one, and I thank him very much. Very, very much. It's very, very appreciated. Also, since it is Monday, I've decided to make it Moonology Monday, which means Thursday will be the only normal reading. Actually, this will be a normal reading too, just like I used to do when I first started. The difference is I will be using the Moonology decks, Moonology or Moonology Manifestations, on Monday, the day of the moon itself. I will also be using these decks on the High Notes videos that I do. And by the way, you know I said I would throw the little Christmas bash for those of you who were, cast out by your families due to vaccination status or whatever was going on, but it doesn't have to be Christmas for you to join me. No, no, no. You can join me over on High Notes at any time you would like, and I'm always happy to have you. So come on over. Just add Raven Wolfgar, all one word, and then I'll add you back. And then you join any of my live streams, and sometimes I do little 3-card pulls. We did a couple of card readings last night and had a blast doing them. Unfortunately, had to deliver a little bad news, but the bad news came with a light at the end of the tunnel, so there was some positive that came of that. And I also delivered some pretty good news. And the good news was that in my first reading, the person for whom I did the reading actually had a lot of good news. He was on the verge of kind of unfucking his own life. And the basic overall gist of the card reading was just keep it going. So sometimes the cards can let you know, yeah, you're heading in the right direction, just keep going, you're good. So let's start with your significator. Who are we today? And this just keeps coming up, doesn't it? We never stop. And Bub, make peace with the fact that you're not going to be fed early, bud. I don't know what it is, but every time I pull these cards and, or go to put them away, he wants attention. demands it. Anyway, so we're still being somewhat diplomatic. We're still trying to mend some fences here. So who is our guide through this? The halls. You know, when Scothy comes up, Scothy is a reminder of compromise. Compromise is, of course, two parties on these ends coming to the middle to meet. In this case, that's exactly what it's going to be. You're still coming in the middle to meet, but you're making sacrifices along the way. You may not always get what you want, but you will get exactly what you need. Also, we have a nice big brown bear spirit. Of course, the bear. One of the things we know about the bears in Norse culture, we know of the berserkers. You may know them today as berserkers. But the reason they were called the berserkers was because they wore, it's berserk is bear shirt. They wore bear pelts. And they believed this imbued them with the power of the bear. But this one is saying, take time out. Meaning there's no reason that you can't take a moment to really kind of reflect on things. This is sort of a hibernation card. We're still kind of in the midst of, we're just kind of kicking off winter, aren't we? And we're about to approach the middle of it. We are on our way to it. Now is a good time to hibernate. Now is a good time to really take a rest. Now, it doesn't mean we stop working. It just means that we really kind of dial back a little bit. And just, you know, take some, you know, if there are things you're doing like this right now, this video that you're watching, right now, I could easily just announce, hey, I'm taking time off from this. I'll be back in the spring. Things like that. There are certain things that you're doing right now that require you to step back from something else. I'm not stopping this, don't worry. I know me, and I don't trust me, and if I stop doing this, I'm probably not going to pick it back up. I'm just, that's not anything. It's just human nature. It's my laziness, and I don't want to be lazy. So anyway, into the tarot we go. We have a Seven of Cups. We have the Devil. We also have the King of Wands. So right here, we know what we need to ditch. This is the card of really difficult choices to make. But the choices are not all that difficult. You know what's good for you. You know what's immediate gratification. You know what's absolutely toxic to you. If you choose that which is just immediate gratification or it's toxic, that's what this action will be. This action will absolutely be, you're going to get locked into it and you're not going to be able to get away. So, to drop that which is killing you right now is what leads you into this King of Wands. And this King of Wands is all about direct action. He's about that fire and that energy. That is some real Aries energy going on there. I hate to say this, but it's true. This is Libra energy here. Because as a Libra, I can tell you, sometimes we are indecisive as hell. Sometimes we just cannot figure out what the hell we want. But this Seven of Cups is letting you know that you probably have a little too much going on. And if your addiction is to always have something going on, maybe it's time to cut a few things just for a while. You know, focus on that which is most important to you. If it's family, then perhaps it's time to focus on family. But let's see what these moon phases have to say about it. We have a blue moon. Believe the impossible. Let me tell you why this card is so important right now. Because that card contains the word impossible. I want you to separate it. Go ahead and type it right now. Like, open up a word pad. I want you to type out the word impossible on that word pad or that notepad. Pause this if you need to right here and then come back. Okay. Now that you're back, put your cursor in between the M and the P and hit space. Okay, have you done that? Good. Now go put an apostrophe between the I and the M. And that I better be capitalized. Now what does it read? That's right. I'm possible. Nothing is impossible. Now, it doesn't matter what your belief system is. But if you don't think you can achieve something, or if you think that the fate just, well, that kind of thing never happens to me. Well, why don't you take this time with that blue moon and make it happen? Oh, I've got too much going on right now. I don't have the time. Well, which would be most important to you? That impossible, I'm possible dream? Or that you have too much going on? That you can't sacrifice just a little bit to make it there? Here's what you need to know. You and your loved ones are safe. You're fine. You're going to be all right. Finally, the messages are coming through clear as a bell, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing's impossible. You can achieve everything that you want. Your goal that you're focused on right now, you're so very close to it, but there are certain things you need to kind of dial back a little bit in order to achieve it. You can always come back to those things. You already know what they are. You know which ones are toxic. And you know that it will bring out your creative fire. Now, finally, for the runes, we have Thurisaz. You're going to have challenges. That is nothing new. You have Avaz, which you will have your growth. But you also have Algiz, which is your protection. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not an act of diplomacy with others. This is not an act of coming together with others. This is an act of you, your mind, your body, and your spirit coming together to achieve everything you have ever desired. And it starts today. A question popped into my mind before I started doing this reading, and it's, if not who, and why not you? Why can't you do that thing? And I think the biggest message here is perhaps you need to declutter. You definitely need to get out of your own way. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not been online much except through my phone. I really didn't hop on my computer until just a few hours ago, and that was to begin ripping a few DVDs that I have so I could put them on my hard drive. That way I could watch them through my Plex server. Ladies and gentlemen, if I sat here spending my every waking hour on all these projects that I have going on, instead of a few minutes here, a few minutes there, just doing what I can, I would never get to anything. Much like you, I am busy all the time. In fact, I didn't think that this little project that I'm involved in now would grow to what it did. And now it's its own living, breathing thing. And to be honest with you, wouldn't give it up for the world. But I do have some other creative projects that I need to work on. So maybe not high notes for a little while. You know what I'm saying? Those single card draws and everything. Maybe I don't have to do all of them. Maybe I could just do one. Maybe today a tarot card. Maybe I know I'll be doing a weekly rune card. But maybe I've gone just a little bit overboard with it. Maybe I should dial that back a little bit. And it's a good idea too. Instead of doing 6 or 7 videos a day, maybe I should just do 1 or 2. Little teaser videos. That way I have a little more time. Now I want you to think about your own personal life. What do you need to work on? What would it take to accomplish your goals? What would it take to get you past this point to that moon and beyond? For those of you thinking that your dreams are only dreams, let me tell you something. There's a difference between dreams and goals. Let me tell you what they have in common. Every goal is a dream. Not every dream is a goal. What do I mean by that? It's very simple. You have dreams, then you have goals. Goals are dreams with a plan. Very simple. In any case, really take a moment to get a breath. You don't have to be go, go, go all the time. You're not a machine. And don't let anyone misunderstand you and say, oh, this person is a machine. No, you're not. Just remember something. The words I tell you all the time. I do love you. Take care of yourselves and each other, because that's what's most important. Always do what lights you up. And as always, my friends, shine on. By the way, I was just cleaning up here and I got to thinking about something. I don't know who may need to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. if you're thinking about getting into reading and divination and things like that, I say start. And I know somebody out there is thinking, well, where do I start? Where do I begin? It's very, very simple. Just get yourself a deck of simple Rider-Waite cards. You purchase the book A Little Bit of Tarot, and there's another book called Intuitive Tarot by Bridget Esselmont. And just start there. You start right there. Also start with that little guidebook that comes with your tarot deck. You take a little notebook, you take it card by card, and jot down just a few keywords for each card. Spend a day thinking about that one card and what it means. Look at its imagery, really take it in, and ask yourself, what kind of story does that card tell? They always say that the term, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that's exactly what it is. What does that picture say to you? And then realize that the story of that picture can change because its context will change when it's with other cards. I know that seems a little frightening, but it's not. The way the cards interact at times will give you a different story. For instance, how many times have you ever gone to, some of you out there will not know what this means. It's alright. It's fine. But I'm going to put it out there anyway. How many of you have ever been to one of those movie rental houses, like Blockbuster or some, those of you old enough to remember this better, if you're still picking up physical media, how often do you look on the back of a DVD or a Blu-ray? You'll see a few pictures of the movie. Don't you get an idea of what that movie's about then? Look at the cover art that's been done on Netflix or Hulu or whatever. Don't you get a general idea of what that movie will end up looking like? Just from a few scenes. That's what it's like. Just take 3 cards, put them down, and ask yourself, what story does this tell? Do it every day. Do it until you get a feel for it. You'll know when the time is right. And you'll see it. Why would I tell you that instead of focusing on those books? It's very simple. You're going with intuition. Now, it's important to know the meanings of the cards, and that's true. But your intuition should be first and foremost. And you, watching this right now, have it. But it's been years, ladies and gentlemen. It's been beaten out of you. It's been pushed down. And you've been told you should not ever use it. Why not you? And that's my question for you. Why not you? Let me tell you, if I was waiting till I thought I was perfectly ready, I wouldn't be doing this channel. Wouldn't be doing it right now. That's for sure. Let me tell you, it's a scary experience. For me even, every day, as confident as I am in my ability, it's still a very, very terrifying thing sometimes. But once I draw that first card or two, I'm in it. The terror goes away. The first few times I got up on stage during high school, the terror went away. I just focused on my lines and did them. Yeah, I did high school theater. It was pretty fun. Anyway, wanted to share that. because someone out there needs it. Someone out there needed those words of encouragement. I hope you got them, and I hope they're going to carry you. I hope you'll take that advice. As for me, this cup of tea is running right through me, so I need to run to the bathroom and get this in the can. Have a great Monday. And remember, the moon is your friend.